amazing, amazing book. Oh. Hey guys, so I'm back with another book review, and I know it's a bit late, but oh well, what can you do? This book review is on One Day by David Nicholls. You can expect this to be a completely gushing review, but I will go through the usual steps that I do anyways, like reading the back and giving the overview just so you know what it's like. So like I said, this is One Day by David Nicholls, and I'm pretty sure it was published in 2010. Well, I will double check that. It will be down here like I normally do. And I will start by reading the back like I normally do. Not that there's much to it, this back, but I should read it anyways. You can live your whole life not realising that what you're looking for is right in front of you. 15th of July 1988. Emma and Dexter meet on the night of their graduation. Tomorrow they must go their separate ways. So where will they be on this one day next year, and the year after that, and every year that follows? Like I said, it's a pretty short blurb on the back, but it pretty much sums it up. This book follows Emma and Dexter. They meet on the night of their graduation. They went to the same college in Edinburgh, but they don't actually meet until their last night of their degree, and which is on the 15th of July 1988. And the book basically follows Emma and Dexter every year through their lives, whatever's going on the anniversary of the day they met, the 15th of July, for the next, I'll say 20 years, 18 to 20 depending on what way you look at it, but I'm not going to say any more because that will actually ruin the book, so yeah, we'll say 20 years. This book is definitely an adult book, and it's definitely character driven. If you're one of those people that need like big plots and big scenes happening all the time, then you're not going to like this, because that's not what it is. It's effectively, there is no plot to it if you want to look at it that way. It is literally following the lives and how of Emma and Dexter, and how their lives unravel, just how their life develops. I'm not even sure how exactly you would class this book. I wouldn't go and say it's a romance, even though it is. It's between the relationship with... It's not even about the relationship between Emma and Dex. Yes, there is the relationship between them that ebbs and flows, but it's also just about the individual characters' lives and how they progress, and it's not like the epic Hollywood romance. It's so true to real life, and it's like brutal honesty. It's not overdone. It's not, like I said, it's not like made for Hollywood kind of thing, which ironically there is a film being made of it, but it's just so down to earth. I think everyone can really relate to one section of this book. It starts with them just leaving college, so they're like in their very early 20s, and then it goes up to them in their late 30s, early 40s. So there's a section for someone to relate to, and it's so, I personally think it's so true to life. I really related with the characters and the way it was written. Like holding on to this book for dear life. I love it so much. Okay, so let's talk about the characters. Emma. Emma is from Yorkshire. She is self-described as middle class. She's very bookish with glasses. I know that's like such a... Hello! I know that's such a cliche, but that's the way she's described, and like she cuts her own hair and dyes it red and likes going to protests and is like a feminist and stuff. She gets like her first in her degree at the start of the book. She's set up for like to be really successful, and basically tracks how that pans out. Like I said, she's like really into protesting and stuff, and I think she feels that she's has a bigger worldview than other people. She's slightly bordering on arrogant, but at the same time you're hearing her voice, so you know how insecure she actually is. I think it was really well done by David. So then we have Dexter in comparison. He is upper class or upper middle class. He's from Oxfordshire. He's quite well off. A self-confessed party boy, sleeps around. I think he doesn't do too well in college. Not that he did bad, but I mean, compared to Emma who got a first, he's not really academically focused, rather just like big into partying, and he's described as being really good looking, and he knows it. He's kind of placed as this, again, really arrogant, but not in the arrogant that Emma is, but he's kind of placed as this really arrogant playboy kind of guy that I think a lot of people, when I read reviews, really disliked at first, but David Nicholls, the way it's written in the book, you do actually warm to him. But I kind of warmed to him straight away, not in that I just know people like that, so I kind of could relate to that sort of persona rather than going, oh yeah, I'm like that. I know people like that, so I was kind of like, yeah, I get Dexter, I get him. Oh, I really like both of them. Writing style. It's just so beautifully written, and I mean, in my last book haul I said I was 80 pages in and I just fell in love with it. I think the characters and the way it was written, I don't even know how to coherently describe what I liked about this book. It's just so brutally honest and so true to life that I feel like I just knew the people straight away and that I could relate to the situations and how they were feeling. It's just so beautifully written. I'm so not being coherent about this, and I really want to be because this book is so amazing. Oh, I thought I'd have issues with how David Nicholls was going to write, because literally every chapter jumps from one year to the next. You only get that day. And I was like, how is he gonna really make you connect with the characters if you're jumping that far? But the way he wrote it, you didn't feel like you were missing out on anything, which was really cleverly done and really well written. That's what I thought I might have an issue with. I wasn't sure how he pulled it off, but he did it wonderfully, like amazingly. There was one part of the book that I wanted to talk about, and I was gonna go, spoiler, but I think I can talk about it without being a spoiler. Area that I wanted to comment on at the end of the book. The ending made me cry. A lot of people felt it was unnecessary, the ending. I don't feel it was unnecessary. I think the book is as amazing as it is because the ending connects the whole book together and makes you reflect on the characters' lives and where they've ended up. It makes you reflect on your own life, which sounds really, I'm reflecting on my life, but it just does. It was so totally necessary and so amazingly written. Yeah, I cried. I cried like a baby at the end. I'm not going to tell you how it pans out, or the ups and downs, because that's the whole point of it, is about the characters, so if I told you I would ruin it. Like I said, this is an adult book, and I don't know, I'm not saying teenagers can't read it, that's ridiculous. I hate when people do that and say, no, you're that age, you can't read this book. I don't know if you would relate to it as much. I mean, I really related to the early 20s of the years, obviously because I'm in my early 20s, and I related to the 20-year-old self, and just because I felt I was in the same boat and I could really connect with how like Emma was feeling. Again, when it gets into 30s or 40s, like 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds could really connect and relate to the stages of their life that they're in, and they could see a part of the characters in themselves. I felt I could relate more to the book because I was in that stage of my life, kind of thing. That's the only thing I would have about younger people reading it, but read it because it's still amazing. I literally cannot say enough good things about this book. Please check it out, please read it. There is a film coming out on, I think, 24th of August it's been released in the UK. Anne Hathaway and Jim Sturgis, I mentioned this before in one of my other videos. I hope it'll be really good. I really hope they don't ruin Emma and Dexter. I love Jim Sturgis. I saw clips of it after I read the book, or like not just the trailer, the clips of it, and I think Jim Sturgis is really going to play Dexter really well. I think Anne Hathaway will play Emma really well, but just the accent. Emma's supposed to be northern from Yorkshire, and she's got like a really posh southern accent in the clips and trailers. That'll be the only thing I have an issue with, but I still think Anne Hathaway will play Emma quite well, other than the accent. I definitely think I'll be checking out more of David Nicholls' books. He wrote Starter 10. I've actually seen the movie Starter 10 with James McAvoy, so I know what the kind of idea of that book is already, so it's kind of ruined for me, but at the same time I really just like his writing style now, and regardless of whether I know what's going to happen, I still think it'll be a really good book, so I definitely think I'll be checking out more of David Nicholls. Yeah, that's it. Go check out One Day. Do it. It's amazing. Oh. If you haven't heard of the film or the book, I will leave Amazon down below for you to check out, and a trailer to the film for you to check out as well. Links to that down below. So I hope you liked this review. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I hope you're good. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.